I heard there's some bedfish still. Take this Sharpie. I'm gonna color the very bottom of those tails, the very bottom of them, just a little bit. God, that's a big one, man. Got him, yeah, son, let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I appreciate all you being here. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I put out. I'm doing three videos a week plus one Saturday Night Live every single week moving forward. So that's 4 pieces of content that you won't want to miss every single week. And today I'm out here on Lake Guntersville, where I fish out a lot. And I got a text last night. There was still some fish on bed, which I had no clue about. So today I'm gonna go look for some bedfish. I'm excited about that. You guys know that I love that. I know that y'all love that. And I know that if they're still on bed here in Alabama, all you guys probably live, there's a higher chance that y'all live north of me. So they're definitely gonna be on bed, probably where you still are. And I think next week's the full moon, for the May full moon is next week. So they're probably gonna be even moving up a lot more in the next 2 weeks. So anyhow, that's very exciting. So that means we get to do the one-on-one combat, the most exciting kind of fishing that there is, because it's you versus the fish one-on-one, and just seeing who can outsmart the other. And there's absolutely nothing better than that, in my opinion, as far as fishing goes. And I'm sure that all of you would have to agree with that, because literally it's like, how can I trick this fish? How can I make this fish think that my bait is real? And a fish is smart. He's not just gonna bow down and let you catch him. So that's part of the fun about it. I'm gonna jump into the fishing portion of this video, but I wanted to let you guys know 2 things. Today's video is sponsored by 6 Cents, the 6-sack. Basically, this is just a monthly subscription. It's $30 a month. You get around $50 to $60 worth of tackle every single month in your box. This is the premium subscription, is the one I promote. And I'll just show you the card really quickly. I'm not gonna break out the baits, but basically you get a card like this that tells you what all you got. This has got a Crush 50X square bill, Movement 80X, a Quake Thud lipless crankbait, a L7 square bill, Divine hybrid jig, a pack of prawns, and a Divine underspin. All that come in this awesome sack. Plenty of good baits in there. There's no BS colors, there's no BS worms, there's no random bait companies that you never heard of. It's all 6 Cents. It's all the best tackle, the best colors, and quite honestly, it's the best price. You can use my code DCSuper6 to save yourself $10 off your very first sack, but make sure you go check out the 6 Cents 6-sack. Also, I'm doing a giveaway right now. As y'all can tell, I'm almost at 30,000 subscribers. When I hit 30,000, I'm doing this gigantic giveaway. Part of it I haven't announced, but the other part is this sack right here. 6 Cents, the 6-sack also comes in these sometimes, but basically this is a bait bag, and it is slam packed full of plastics. I'm gonna give you 15 packs of plastics, and to double that, honestly, I might go ahead and see if 6 Cents will send us 15 more. That way you'll have 30 packs of plastics for me hitting 30K subscribers. So there's a couple things you gotta do. You have to like this video, comment on this video, give it a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell. So there's 4 things you've gotta do to be eligible to win 30 packs of plastics for me hitting 30,000 subscribers. When we hit 30K, I'm gonna do the giveaway. So y'all stay tuned for that. You don't wanna miss the video that I announce who the winner is, because if you get chosen and you don't see the video, then you're just gonna be SOL, and you don't wanna be SOL ever. So thanks everyone for watching. I'm gonna jump into the chesty. Hopefully we can catch some fish today. There's fish pre-spawn, there's fish spawning, and there's fish post-spawn. Hopefully they're gonna be out there on the ledges very soon. Actually, I'll just let y'all in a little secret. They already are a little bit, but I'm not gonna film those videos yet. I'm not gonna post those videos yet, because here's the thing. As soon as I post a video on this lake, then everybody starts doing what I posted about, because some people around here follow me, Facebook follows me. And so when I post and say, hey, they're out deep, and I start catching them, then people be out there out deep trying to catch them. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer on that before I start making videos of it, but they're slowly making their way out there. Let's just say that, slowly. They're not everywhere yet. They're not everywhere at all. They're at a couple places, but anyhow, jump into the video. Hope you guys enjoy. I heard there's some bedfish still, which is very surprising to me. One of the baits in this sack, I believe, was a prawn. Yes, great bed fishing bait. It's like a beaver style, kind of. It's the shape of a beaver. An awesome bait. This is the best color in my opinion. One of the best colors, called Gill Dust. And you can see it's like a green pumpkin with some orange and some purple. They cannot resist that. I'm gonna start with that today while I'm bed fishing, and we'll just see how that goes. All right, so I'm just gonna Texas rig this worm. When you Texas rig, you wanna get your plastic to the first bend, like that. So I'm gonna go to the first bend and then pop it out, like so. And the cool thing is, the distance from this to the first bend is the same distance that you want your worm from this bend up onto the knot. So as you slide your bait up up, up, then twist the hook. Then look, you have perfectly enough plastic that it covers that entire shank of the hook and it covers up your knot. So when you put your bait, when you have your weight on there, your weight isn't hitting your knot. Now I'm gonna take and bend that plastic back, run my hook point through, and then I want to bury that hook point back into the plastic so that it doesn't hang up on everything. Just like that. Now you've got yourself a very perfectly straight up and down Texas rig that's going to be completely weedless, and I'm going to leave that bobber stop just a little bit above the weight. That way the weight can slide just a little bit when I pitch it onto a bed. And then the last thing, forgot to do this. The last thing you want to do is I'm going to tear these two legs apart down here, which gives it a little bit more action. And then I'm going to take my chartreuse marker, take this Sharpie, I'm going to color the very bottom of those tails, the very bottom of them, just a little bit. You don't want to color them too much, guys. You just want something that stands out a little bit. Put that back in there. All right, I don't know if y'all can tell, but you see this grass that grows on the bank? I mean, on the whatever underwater, and then you can see the holes where the fish bed at. They bed in those holes. Like right here's another one. So I'm just looking for places like this. Hopefully y'all can see that. Gigantic hole right in the middle of that grass. The only problem is, since it's got, you know, imagine the grass is probably growing up 8 to 12 inches. And so a lot of places, you gotta imagine that there's a hole in the middle of the grass, so there's kind of a 8 inch or 12 inch wall all the way around this bed. And so sometimes it's kind of hard to see them because it makes like this wall in a perfect circle, and it's hard to see them sometimes in there. So what happens is you end up going and looking for them and getting in way too close, and then you realize they're there and it's too late because they can see you. So it's kind of tricky. You got to be really careful when you do this because you can way easily get in way too close on them. So it's important to, one, be looking way out ahead, way out ahead, and then two, I see one right now on bed. I think that's one. My power poles didn't touch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a little one, but I'm gonna catch him. So they're a perfect example of the importance of pitching out way ahead and having good sunglasses. That makes a huge difference. Oh, this fish is about to bite first cast. Well, I guess that wouldn't be first cast anymore. That'd be about third cast. Oh, this sucker right here is mine, baby. I didn't know there was still fish on bed. Also, another thing that's equally as important, when you're bed fishing for a bedfish, keep your eyes around you, because a lot of times, like this happened probably 10 times this spring, maybe more than that. I'd be fishing for this bedfish, and then I would look right here and see one that I didn't see because I noticed that one first. And then if you look back, there was one like right there. So what happened is I got set up on this fish, but if I would have been paying more attention, I could have caught all three of them because they were all three on bed. But now that I've gotten so close, the two that were the closest to me knew I was there. So it was like I just ruined the spot, kind of. I noticed that he wasn't really reacting to me pitching it a bunch of times. So I literally just pitched in there and let it sit. As soon as the fish saw that I wasn't pulling it back out really quickly, it just came and nosed right down on my bait. Like, that's one thing I told y'all, is every bedfish is different. So sometimes it matters about speed. I was preaching speed in some of my videos earlier this year about go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster. Sometimes that's not the ticket. Like, sometimes they just want to sit in their bed and that pisses them off enough that they go bite it. And so you just got to watch the fish. That one, I pitched fast a couple times. They weren't biting, so I pitched it and just let my bait sit. It's just sitting there. It's been in the bed probably 2-3 minutes, but that fish is getting pissed off right now. Just staring at my bait, sitting right on the bed. It's not leaving the bed. I'm gonna leave it for a couple more, hell, I might leave it for another minute or so, and then I might change colors to a little bit more natural color. My mind is telling me to leave this fish, but my body is telling me to stay so you can set the hook. Because it's not a big one, it's like a 1-pounder. All of you who have ever bed fished, you know that there's one thing that happens. Once you get one that you're fishing for, it is the hardest thing to leave. I think it's just a man instinct that we don't want to give up. Like, we don't want to let this fish beat us. So we just stay forever till we catch it. Y'all know how when you get onto a dog, or like a dog does something that it doesn't, it knows it wasn't supposed to do. It'll walk away, but it'll keep its eye on you, like kind of walking, but he's like got his head turned back halfway looking at you. You'll notice that a bass does that a lot. Same exact thing. He's swimming away, but he knows that he needs to be looking at that bait on your bed. So it'll be swimming away, but you can tell that his head is turned back, which, you know, that's just my mind thinking, but I feel like their head's turned back or their eyes are turned back, and sometimes you can see them doing it. But like they'll halfway swim off and just stop, almost like they're waiting to see what you're gonna do to sell what they're gonna do. And it's a game of cat and mouse and kind of a stare down in a way, because they're literally just sitting here waiting to see what your bait's gonna do. And it's the more that you can make them think that this thing's real, the better your chance is gonna be about catching it. Got him. Got him. Finally. Oh, one hopper. He's a little bigger than I thought he was. He's a 2-pounder. Hey, buddy. Simmer down. I know I tricked you, but it's fine. Right on top of the mouth. There we go. Oh, that took way too long, man. I should have caught him about first 5 minutes. 2-pounder, a fat female. I'll let her go. But one thing I did on that one is she bit it on the hop, like, which I know it's not that easy. You can't just hop your bait one time and get on the bite, but it's like I hopped it, and the second that I hopped it, she freaking came unglued on it. Oh, there we go. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That's probably the most fun. I mean, my heart rate is unhealthy. How I literally haven't had heart beating in a couple minutes. It's just like you get so dialed in on that, and you just don't breathe. Looks like we've got another good one up here. It's a much better one than I've been fishing for. The fish is not wanting to stay on the bed very much. They're not swimming far off the bed. They're just not, I can't tell where they're going. Gotta walk up on this dock and see if I see any more over here where I can't get my boat to. All right, there's some gar. Nope. Just gar. Oh, this ain't good. That almost could have been bad. Luckily, I got my Texas rig hooked in my trolling motor. That was almost really bad. I hope this sucker makes it all the way back here, though. Come on, buddy. Keep it coming. All right, I don't think those two back there are gonna play. All right, we found us a bedfish finally, and it looks like a good one. Oh, and there's a gar right beside it, and the freaking bass is like fighting the gar away. Okay, it looks like a pretty decent one. It looks like it's over. It looks like maybe a 3-pounder. See if the camera is rolling. Oh, he did not like that. First cast, got him first cast. God, yeah, son. That's why you stay away from them. Freaking on the prawn. First cast, let's go, baby. Let's go. Heck yes, dude. That's a good one, too. Look how pretty that fish has got spots all over him. Got a black eye. That's what I wish I could do to Luke Duncan, to give him a black eye. God, that was freaking sick, man. Thanks, buddy. Get back to your bed now. That's a cool fish. That was a really cool fish. God, that was cool. I haven't seen one do that in a minute. Old first caster. I know one thing, I like when they react like that. As soon as you pitch in, they freaking get crooked on it, jump around. Then I hopped it one big time and she just crushed it. Also, to prevent heartbreak, make sure you retie. That's one thing that you have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I won't say smart. Smart's not the word I'm looking for. I won't say trained, because trained's not the word I'm looking for. There's a word that I'm looking for that you need to be, to just make sure you're always retying. Because if you don't, we've all had the story where a big one up there, I saw him up there shallow. I saw him on Saturday and I came back on Sunday, pitched in there on him, he grabbed it, swung, I freaking broke him off. How many times y'all heard that? So make sure you check your line. I retie probably 20 times a day. You know when somebody tells you they broke off one that sounds fake every time? Man, this 7-8 pounder, I went over there behind that dock, skipped my jig in there, brown and blue jig. They wouldn't need a black and blue. I skipped that brown and blue in there. First cast, broke him off. All right, guys, this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. You want to make sure you always have your eyes peeled, because look right here. I was pitching for this fish, but there's another bed right there that I didn't see. There's another small bed right there that I did see that one, but there's not a fish on it. There's a bed back there. There's 2 beds right here and 1 bed right here. So all in this little bitty area, if you weren't paying attention, which luckily I was, I just didn't see that one. But if you weren't paying attention and there was fish on all these beds, you could really mess things up if you're not paying attention. And on the flip side of that, you could really get right if you are paying attention. All right, going back with the Gildas prawn. There's a big one right in front of me. Oh my God. Dude, this literally is underneath me. I definitely can't move the trolling motor, so I'm just gonna turn off the sonar. Disable all sonar. That way, at least it's not pinging in their head. God, that's a big one, man. And it's like, it's not leaving either. Okay, so this fish, I think I can get it to bite. I just don't want to, I can't move my trolling motor that much because it's literally right under me. If I move the trolling motor, it's gonna make it all muddy right there. This is the closest I've ever seen a fish that won't move. I might use my rod tip and push off that stump and try to back up. I'm gonna do that. God, I hate submerging my reel underwater. That makes them suck so bad. All right, I backed up just a little bit, but I think that's gonna make a big difference. He's right by this stick. The only problem, I'm worried when he bites, if I set the hook, I'm scared I'm gonna hit the stick and I won't be able to stick the fish that good. If he bites on the back of the bed, I'll be able to catch him. If he bites in the front of the bed, I don't think I'll be able to catch him. I mean, he is not moving, I know that. It's an old dark pretty sucker too. She just bit it. She literally just bit it just then. Just nibbled it again. Got him, got him. Yeah, son, let's go. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Oh, that was so freaking awesome, man. Look how pretty that fish is. Oh, that was awesome. Right in the top of the mouth, on the prawn. Dude, that is a beautiful fish. 4-pounder. Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Fat old female. Let's go. So the problem that I thought was going to be a problem actually turned out. Hang on, let me vlog this part. That was really cool. So the problem I thought was going to be a problem actually turned out to work for the better. So there's a stick I'm not gonna be able to explain this, but there's a stick going straight over top of the bed. I was worried that that stick was gonna hinder me from being able to set the hook. What I did was I knew that I got 20-pound line. I used that stick to keep my bait off the bed, and I just shook it, but my bait wasn't on the bed, but it wasn't moving because it's hanging freely in the middle of the water column. So I basically, like, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I used that to be able to hook that fish. That was really, really cool. So I was just shaking it place like crazy, and she freaking got it, and I let her have it so she could get away from that stick, set the hook top of the mouth. Guaranteed every time. Y'all go smash the subscribe button, because I've said this before, but the Googans don't always teach you stuff like this, and be honest with you. I know y'all subscribe to the Googans channel. They got more followers, but they don't always teach the coolest stuff. All right, I'm gonna put this camera, I'm gonna try to get my other GoPro and go underwater so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Get going and just go right over this bed and y'all see what I'm talking about. All right, so I use that stick right there and y'all can see the bed right there. So that stick, I just pendulum the bait. All right, this fish is not quite ready. So my next video, I'm gonna start right here on this. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and start right here. There's that fish. I'm gonna go around the rest of this pocket and just look. And these will all, I'll be scouting fish for my next video. So if you like this video, you're probably gonna like my next video because I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be bed fishing again, hopefully, if they bite, which they should bite. I'll come back out here tomorrow and try to catch them. So I feel like they need another day. There's one right here. Dang, that's a good one, dude. I might have to fish for that one right now. It didn't even move when I went over the top of it. I might have to fish for that one real quick. It'll stay locked on too. I drove right over the top of it. Didn't even flinch. All right, so I don't even know how deep it is out here, but I know I turned my graph off. I know that there's a couple things. I need to turn my the trolling motor speed down because the fish definitely saw me. They just didn't spook. Now I'm gonna stay back as far as I can. Right here. Drop my power poles down and pitch in there. This one is gonna be a feel. It's not gonna be a sight because I can't see jack. It's a little bit muddied up and it's deep right there. It's like a 2-3 foot hole surrounded in grass that's muddy. It's like every obstacle is working against you on this fish. There we go. There we go. Yes. God. It barely bit it. Oh. I got just close enough where I didn't have to move the bait. I could feel it biting it every time. I got just close enough where I didn't have to move the bait. I just like held it over. Pretty female. She's doing her thing, but that's a 3-pounder. Easy 3-pounder. Get back over there to your bed, girl. Oh, this is like a lucky dock. I mean, this is a really lucky dock. Fish everywhere. God, they are freaking choking this prawn too. Normally, I mean, y'all know normally in my videos I've been using the a zoom bait. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I've been using a zoom bait a bunch. And they hate this thing. Gill dust prawn with a little bit of the tail dipped in chartreuse. They freaking cannot stand that sucker. Well, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Before I even do the ending, I just wanna say, again, a huge thanks to 6 Sense 6 Sack for sponsoring today's video. Without these guys, I wouldn't be able to try some of the new fishing tackle that I get to try. And I said this a ton, but like, they're even 6 Sense. I'm sponsored by them. I use all their baits, not exclusively, but I use all of them. And even still, with everything that I've got from 6 Sense, I still get baits that I would have never bought or tried, which is really cool because you get to experiment with new things, you get to try new things, and who knows, you might learn new techniques that you really like or new baits that you really like. And so having a monthly subscription sack like this, for me, is really, really cool. It's a no-brainer. It's $30 a month. And let's be honest, all of us are spending $30 a month on tackle anyhow. So why not try something that gives you, one, you're guaranteed good colors, but two, stuff that you may not have bought before, which I just think is super, super cool. So anyhow, check those guys out. Remember the code is DC Super6 if you want to save yourself $10 off your very first sack. And then going over basically my setup today is the prawn. This pack of prawns came in my Super 6 sack. Literally this same exact pack came out in there, and I showed you earlier, but I'll show you again. It's just it's the prawn. It is what it is. It's kind of like a beaver. Tear those legs apart. It's got subtle enough action, but it does have action. So it's a perfect medium for me. Flipping, punching, obviously sight fishing. I wouldn't really use this on the back of a jig. That's not my type of jig trailer. Maybe in the winter time I would use that as a jig trailer, but for me it's a Texas rig. It's a go-to, and I really, really like it. I was fishing it today on, 7-foot medium heavy Smoke S3 rod, a 7-3-to-1 Smoke S3 reel. So it's a quantum setup. 20-pound line. I've got a bobber stopper so my weight doesn't slide down. Right there, I don't know if y'all can see that. Yep, the bobber stopper, what that does is prevents the weight from sliding all the way down my line. You can see that right there. I've got a 4/0 EWG hook, and then the prawn Texas rig. So when you rig this thing up, it's supposed to look just like this. I'll just start over for you. I showed y'all this earlier in the video, but I'll show you again. You want to take your bait and run it to the bend of the hook, and then push your hook point through. Slide your bait all the way around, twist your hook, and then put the hook point up inside the bait, and then bury the barb of the hook in the plastic so that your bait is weedless. And then you want to just, I like to keep my bobber stopper about that far off the front of the bait. That way the weight can slide around a little bit. When it's on the bed, I can shake it and the weight kind of stays still, just like that. You see how the bait is moving, but the weight is staying still. What that does is when you're shaking your bait, the weight isn't, you're not pulling the bait towards you this way off the bed. You're just shaking the bait in place on the bed. Because what you don't want to do is, you don't want to drag this bait across the bed too fast, because then the fish just won't react to it, because this is a predator eating those eggs on the bed. This is normally representing either a crawfish or a bluegill or a shad. And so when this bait is on the bass's bed, the bass is trying to get it off, because this object is trying to eat its eggs. So the longer you can keep this thing shaking in place and look like it's doing damage to wherever the eggs might be, or harming the fish or whatever it is, the bass is going to come eat it to try to get it away. The faster you pull this thing off the bed, well, the bass doesn't care. The bass is actually kind of glad you pulled it off. So keeping your bobber stopper just an inch, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches, just like that, that's perfect. That way you can shake that thing in place and you can see that the weight is not moving, which is very critical. So yeah, that's been my setup all day today. I caught some fish this morning on the Zoom bait that I was using, and then I switched to that prawn. And honestly, I caught them faster when I switched to the prawn, which is, I normally wouldn't do that. I haven't been using the prawn a bunch as a sight fishing bait, but I'm glad that I just figured that out, because tomorrow I'm gonna bring more. I don't even have my prawns in here because I just don't. Two more things is, first, I'm doing a giveaway for Lure Lock. That ends May the 11th, so it's coming up really soon. If you've been interested in buying any new tackle storage, check out Lure Lock. If you buy anything from their website, this is just their large box. It's got that sticky gel on the bottom of it, you can see there. Buy anything from their website, use my code DC20. It's gonna save you 20% off. Then screenshot your order showing that you use my code, and email it to me or DM it to me on Facebook or Instagram. My email address is darionisfishing@gmail.com. Send me your receipt, and I'm gonna put you in a drawing to win a lure locker. Basically, a lure locker is like a tackle storage container carrying system that carries 5 of these boxes inside of it. So if you fish from your car, from your truck, if you go back and forth from different buddies' boats, or fish from a kayak or a canoe, this thing's gonna be perfect for you, and a bass boat. You can take the boxes out of it, leave it in your bass boat, or whatever, however you wanna use it. It's really, really cool. I'm giving one of those away on May the 11th on a YouTube Live. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to go over again is I'm almost at 30,000 subscribers, and I'm giving away this gigantic sack of soft plastic, slam full of soft plastics. There's going to be 15 packs in this, and I'm going to give you an additional 15, getting that to 30 packs of worms for my 30,000 subscriber mark. And that's not all I'm going to give away, but I'll tell you the rest of it on the next video. Let's just say it's going to go, the value of this giveaway is going to keep going up. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember, the way to win all of this 6 Sense stuff and the next giveaway stuff is make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and comment anything down below about my channel. Whatever you like, whatever you don't like, drop a comment down below. That's how you're going to be eligible to win all that stuff. Again, guys, I really appreciate you joining in and supporting my channel. My channel has been growing like crazy recently, and it's all because of you guys, so I can't tell you thanks enough. But for now, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to go get some lunch and spend the rest of the afternoon with Hannah and Coco, and then maybe tomorrow they might be able to come out with us. So hopefully on the next video you guys see, it'll be me and Hannah and Coco. We'll go start on that bedfish over there, and we'll keep working some of these pockets, see if we can find some more bedfish out here on Lake Guntersville. These are late spawners in my opinion. Normally, like, maybe y'all do catch spawning fish later, but normally by this time I'm post spawn and I'm trying to go fish out deep. So it's kind of cool to be able to still be catching the most awesome fish, which is bedfish. Let me think, there was something else I was going to tell you guys. Yeah, that's it. I think that's probably it. So I'll see you all on the next one. We'll talk about Saturday Night Live. We'll talk about the LLB rods. We'll talk about all that stuff on the next video. Catch you guys later.